Another US missionary has illegally gone to the territory belonging to an uncontacted tribe, this time in Brazil. This comes just 2 months after John Allen Chau was killed when he traveled to North Sentinel Island to try and convert the tribe that inhabits it. It's like, dude, didn't you learn anything from John Allen Chau's murder? Welcome back to another simmering cup of hot tea. I'm Charlotte Dobre. This is IO, where we make the news more entertaining. Who says the news can't be fun? Huh? Yeah. Hit that subscribe and follow us on Instagram. Our handles are posted in the description. The Himarima tribe live in Brazil, along the Paranas River in the state of Amazonas. Over the last few decades, very few outsiders have come into contact with them. They are so isolated, they don't even come into contact with other tribes in the general area as far as we know. And based on pictures and videos of crews that have flown above the area, uncontacted tribes in Brazil do not want contact with outsiders. We don't know a whole lot about the Himarima tribe or their culture. We also don't know how many members of the Himarima tribe there are. According to the last estimate from 1945, there were up to 1,000 individuals. There are around 305 native tribes in Brazil in total, and there's only a few dozen of them that are classified as uncontacted. It's extremely dangerous to enter the territory of one of these tribes, not only because they don't want anything to do with the developed world, and they could quite possibly kill you with arrows if they find you on their land, but uncontacted tribes have, surprise, had no contact with the outside world. Therefore, they haven't built up the same immunity to diseases as us. It's pretty scary to think about, but if one member of this tribe gets the common cold from an outsider, it could theoretically wipe out the whole tribe. According to experts, even if direct contact has not occurred, the probability of transmission of diseases to the isolated is high. I guess Steve Campbell didn't get the memo. Steve Campbell is a Christian missionary from the state of Maine in the US. Last month, he illegally camped in the area occupied by the Himarima tribe and invaded one of the tribe's recently abandoned camping grounds. Steve Campbell claimed that he entered the area by mistake and he was actually traveling to another area inhabited by a different tribe, the Jamamati tribe. He was reportedly trying to teach them how to use a GPS device. While trying to reach his destination, he mistakenly entered the territory of the Himarima tribe, or so he says. Apparently, Steve Campbell has been living among the Jamamati tribe for years. But here's the thing though, just a little thing. He was living among them, but he also had absolutely no authorization to do that. According to the Brazilian government, he exposed the isolated tribe to potentially fatal diseases and violated the rights of the tribe. He's currently being questioned by funai, Brazil's Indigenous Affairs Department. He could face a genocide charge, which is pretty serious. If he's found guilty, he could be in real trouble. Just a couple of months ago, the world was shocked and confused when John Allen Chau was murdered after he traveled to North Sentinel Island to try and convert the isolated aggressive tribe to Christianity. If you haven't heard about that story, we did a couple of videos on John Allen Chau, and one of them is clickable on the screen right now. The thing is, over the next little while, we might see an increase in missionaries trying to contact isolated tribes in Brazil, and that is because of Brazil's new minister in charge of Indigenous Affairs. President Bolsonaro appointed an evangelical preacher to the position. Unfortunately, when he was campaigning, Bolsonaro promised that he would open up protected land and areas and, quote, leave not 1 centimeter for indigenous people or quilombolas, who are descendants of runaway slaves. He's also not allowing any more reservations. Basically, in doing this, people think that he's putting the interest of farmers above the interest of native groups. This is a huge issue in Brazil right now because indigenous land rights were laid out in Brazil's constitution. There are almost 1 million indigenous citizens in Brazil who are constantly having to deal with an influx of land invasions since the new president took office. Okay guys, that is all I have for you on this story. I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment replies. Comment! Mara said, can we just talk about how nice Charlotte's hair is today? Thank you. Thank you very much. This is just what my hair looks like when it air dries and I put product in. I know, I'm just so blessed, so blessed. Alex Barfian said, hey, have you guys ever worked with Landon Productions or Top 10? Funny story, Landon owns IO, Landon Production, and Top 10. We all film in the same studio, we use the same equipment. Retro Gaming said, I hate the intro. Well, you know what, I talked to the intro and she thinks that's rude, so. Clementine said, Charlotte, do you own a potato peeler? I do not, I just use a knife. Orgiz Plays said, I was expecting to see the video. Well, I was expecting to be a famous actress by now, but I guess we don't always get what we want, do we? Do you have any suggestions for IO? Well, if you come across news stories that you think would be great for this channel, send us a message on Instagram. If we choose your story, we'll shout you out in the video. Yo, this is the end screen. If you want to keep watching, check out that playlist, and obviously leave a like, sub, and turn on those notifications so I can see you in the next IO video.